Good morning, students. Welcome back to our online classes. We were taking the lesson Natural Vegetation and Wildlife. In last class, we had discussed about various terms related to the chapter. Then we had also seen the various things related to it. Now let's see. Continue with that same. India's rich heritage of flora and fauna. India has a very rich heritage of flora and fauna due to its different climatic conditions and types of soils. India is located in tropical and subtropical zone, because of which it is having warm climate and good rainfall, which is very helpful in large variety of flora and fauna. If we talk about flora, India has about 47,000 species of plants. Out of that, 15,000 flowering plants and many non-flowering plants are there, like fern and fungi. In India, plant kingdom ranges from equatorial region to the polar or tundra region, means all the varieties of plants are found in India. India is 4th largest in Asia and 10th largest in the world in its flora and fauna conditions. There are more than 89,000 animal species found in India. Out of that, 1200 species of birds, which are 13% of the world, and 2500 species of fish, which is around 12% of the whole world. And besides that, we also have amphibians, reptiles and mammals, having 5 to 8% of the total world. Now, factors affecting flora and fauna. There are various factors which affect the type of flora and fauna found in a place. Let's see which are those factors. First is land. What type of landform is there? It is a flat, plateau or hilly or rugged area. That will be affecting the type of vegetation. Like for example, flat areas are mainly suitable for crops. So these areas have very less type of forests, but the rough and uneven lands have great or thick density of vegetations. Next is soil. The type of soil affects different types of plants. Like cactus and thorny plants, they grow in desert or sandy soil, while marshy and wet soils of delta supports mangrove trees. So what type of soil is there will also affect the type of vegetation or trees or plants. Next is temperature and humidity. Hot and humid climate will have thick vegetation, while cool climate of hilly areas will have alpine vegetation. Next is photoperiod or sunlight. We all know that sunlight is very necessary for photosynthesis of the plants. More amount of sunlight will be very helpful in the growth of the plant. That is why the tropical regions have more sunlight as compared to the Arctic regions. So the tropical regions have more dense vegetation as compared to the Arctic region. For example, southern slopes of Himalayas have thick vegetation because they are receiving more sunlight as compared to the northern slopes of Himalayas. Other factors are precipitation, means amount of rainfall. We all know rainfall is very essential for a plant's growth. That is why areas of heavy rainfall have more dense vegetation as compared to the less rainfall areas. Next is relief. What type of land is there? It is plain, plateau or mountain. According to that only, the type of vegetation will be found in that area. Next is altitude. Altitude, we all know, is the height above the sea level. According to this also, the type of vegetation is affected because the higher the altitude, lesser growth of the plant happens, because at a higher altitude the amount of oxygen reduces. For example, if we see 1500 to 3000 meters coniferous trees are found, while more than 3500 meters above than that shrubs and scrubs of alpine grasslands are found. And if we go around 6000 meters height, we will be able to get only very small plants like fern or so this way we can see altitude affects the climate of vegetation of a Area. Now, importance of forests or vegetations. We all know forests are very important for us. They provide valuable timber for commercial, industrial and domestic use, which is very essential for our furnitures, doors, building or construction material. They moderate the climate of a place. It makes neither too hot nor too cold. They help in controlling soil erosion and flood. They increase soil fertility by adding humus to it. By decomposition of plant leaves, the soil becomes very fertile. They help in the water percolation or absorption of the water by the soil. Because of it, the underground water table is also maintained properly. They also provide natural habitat to a number of tribal people as well as wild animals. They purify air by absorbing carbon dioxide and releasing oxygen during photosynthesis process. They provide raw material for different products like paper industry, furniture industry, etc. They also provide medicines like cinchona and other things. So this way we can see the natural vegetations or forests are very essential for our human survival. So that's all in today's lesson. In next class, we will be continuing what are the different types of vegetations found in India and what are their different characteristics. So till that time, see you.